Good morning, or good afternoon actually. Where have I been? Where's Geoff been? That's the question. Well, I've got a list of things I want to talk to you about and update you as to what's going on, which are power cut, family time, water fight, fixing cars, illness, Arla milk and the Buova thing, car tax changes, Keir Starmer, Christmas, and a few other bits and bobs as well I'm sure we can get into. So, where have I been? Basically, after the Ian escapade, edited all of that video, and then on that Saturday, we had Storm, what's his name, and the government said don't go anywhere because the storm's really bad. But I've reached a stage in life now where the government could tell me it was raining and water could be falling on my head and I still wouldn't believe them. So we went out. We then got completely stranded with various roads closed and trees all over the place, and it was quite an epic day. And then the Saab broke down, the alternator failed, so that was quite a dramatic day for everybody. I mean, Mrs. Geoff and I were out at one point trying to clear a road. We did manage to clear a tree out of the way. We felt really proud about that. And then further down the road, there was another tree in the way. So the whole thing was quite a family adventure, really. So that was that. And then because of the storm, we then had a power outage at the house, which meant no internet or anything like that. So wasn't really doing much filming or charging any devices. We were running off candles and a gas stove and a little backup battery that I had. And the grid people sort of kept saying that the power was coming back on. It was meant to be, it went off on Saturday and it was meant to come back on at like 11 AM Sunday, and then 6 PM, and then 6 PM Monday, and then 9 PM Tuesday, and it kept getting pushed back. By Wednesday, I went out and bought a generator, which I'll do a video on because it's been really good. We ran the freezer off the generator. As I said in another video, thankfully, we had a freezer full of frozen solid raw milk, which kept the freezer cold for the whole 5 days until I plugged the generator in. So yeah, it was 5 days without power. And then after that, there was a load of building work going on at the house, so it was too noisy to film. And then I got ill, basically. I've been like chesty and coughy and coldy and haven't really felt like filming. But also, been enjoying quite a bit of family time. Told you the other day we've taken the kids out of school, and we've done that early, so we're having an extended Christmas break as a family. And the other day, things descended quite rapidly. Homeschooling it kind of turned into an indoor water fight, which was odd, but lots of fun, wasn't it, kids? It sort of got out of hand quite quickly. So basically we've just been hanging out and enjoying ourselves, but also because it's been fairly warm, odd weather, very odd skies, very odd indeed. I've been doing a lot of repair work to this car, which is my Volvo XC70, the cross country, which you'll see in upcoming videos. So I've been able to get a lot of that stuff done, and I haven't necessarily filmed or posted any of that, or if I have been filming, it hasn't made sense to post it because it needs to go in sort of future videos. So taking a bit of a break from posting, and yeah, the world is getting bleaker around us. What else have we got there? So that's fixing cars and illness. The Arla milk thing, this is interesting, isn't it? So we're now, and I haven't talked about this on the channel, but it's something I feel quite strongly about. We are going to fix the emissions problem, the CO2 problem, by feeding cows and something that we haven't yet tested for the long-term effects on humans. I just find the whole thing hilarious. And when you add up everything that's going on in the world at the moment, it does get me to a stage where I just think, oh, I'm going to go outside and work on my Volvo. Because you've got, you know, we're not talking about cruise ships, we're not talking about private jets. And someone told me yesterday, Keir Starmer as Prime Minister has taken more private jet flights than something like any other British, you know, parliamentary figure ever. And yet this is the guy that is encouraging Boava, I think they're called, to go and do all of this stuff with cows. And you look at Hyundai Coupe, and you look at all this and you just think, wow, we genuinely are now living in full-on clown world. Like, everyone's lost the plot. But it's nice to see that people have stopped buying the products, people have stopped buying Lurpak. You should have stopped buying it ages ago because it's full of rapeseed oil and it's not actually food anyway. So contact your local dairy, find out where you can get raw milk, find out where you can get good quality A1, A2, is that the right terms? A2. A2 dairy is what you want, so go and find that and stop buying at supermarkets who are ripping off the farmers anyway. As I said, the only reason you should go to Tesco is to make a deposit when you need the toilet. So that's that. Just open your screen again. That's the world has just been going nuts. And then you've got the car tax changes as well. Brown Car Guy's done a brilliant video on the car tax changes that are coming up in April. Obviously, we're all going to be screwed. Your late model Saab 95 Aeros are going up to £750 a year road tax, which is utter insanity. What's the last bit? Christmas. So yeah, that's where I've been basically. I'm not dead. I haven't been taken off YouTube, as some people emailed me and said. I've just been keeping myself busy doing other things and enjoying myself, and I haven't felt the need to sit down and create articles basically. Someone has emailed me and said, Geoff, when are you gonna issue a retraction for the fact that the Luton airport fire was not actually an EV? And there's some American pro EV channel who runs a pro EV podcast who mentioned me in a video yesterday. The same guy that also did an epic takedown of the Macmaster. And he's basically said, oh, you know, when are all these people gonna come out and post a retraction? I still don't think that story adds up. It still doesn't make sense. The footage of the Range Rover still doesn't make sense. Oh, Geoff, you're just in denial. Maybe, but I just don't believe anything that I'm told anymore. So that's the Luton one. That's why I'm not publishing a full retraction. So coming up now as well, like, it's Christmas time. Lots of people are going to be watching movies like Love Actually, which paints, and The Holiday, which paint an odd picture of Britain. Okay, this is Britain right now. There you go. A closed arcade called Potluck with 2 tents outside it full of homeless people. Now, Keir Starmer today has said that his focus for the new year is housing, getting a roof over the head of families, but you need to understand what he doesn't mean by that is you and me. So that's fine, so long as we're aware of that. If you're a war veteran, if you were born in this country, if you're raised and bred in Britain, particularly if you're white British, then Keir Starmer has absolutely no interest in doing anything for you. But if you've recently arrived on a boat, I'm going to be careful as to what we can say on YouTube here, then you're absolutely sweet. Don't worry, you won't be sleeping in a tent in Stourport in front of an abandoned amusement arcade. You'll be fine, you'll be put up in a hotel, and from what I'm being told, the benefits that you'll be entitled to if indeed you are a young fighting age man who's recently come over on a rubber dinghy equates to around about £40,000 a year. So 2024 is a good year to have recently arrived in the country. It's all starting to feel a little bit bleak, but we are working our way into some travelling actually. So there's going to be some Geoff adventures coming up in January and February and March, so make sure you subscribe to the Adventures with Geoff channel, because there will be some stuff posted on that, and I will talk about what we're up to and where we're off to in future when time permits. What's coming up on the channel then? So yesterday Ian and I had a pretty epic adventure. We went to the Volvo scrapyard that Drive Tribe filmed, and I watched the Drive Tribe film of the scrapyard and I thought they didn't really do it justice. I thought there could have been a better walk around of the scrapyard, so that's what I did. But now that I've done that, I understand why they didn't include more content of the actual cars that were there, because it is just piles of scrap. It's an interesting video, you'll see. I mean, I always thought pick your own scrapyards should be fairly organised with the cars stacked up fairly safely so you can get access and you can get the parts that you want to pick off the cars. But this place looks like our Hot Wheels box does when we've put it away in a hurry at the end of the night. But the videos are going to be brilliant. So there's an adventure one driving up there. That was almost a crash. In the morning, then there's a full walk around, and then there's some stuff that Ian and I get up to that is well worth watching as well. That'll be going out over the Christmas period. Bless you. I will also be bless you again. In the scrapyard video as well, there's an excellent Mrs. Geoff section. So that's a little Easter egg that I've left in there where I was recording a voiceover and Mrs. G didn't realise that I was filming. So that's quite a good little section as well. Normal videos will resume. There are lots of things that I need to be addressing. I'm aware that I have a bulging email inbox of stuff that is happening in the world. The low emission vehicle mandate is going crazy. The automotive market is on its knees. And also in the same vein as Ford launching a new Capri, Opel Vauxhall have just launched a new Manta. They've just posted photos of it. Obviously it's an EV, obviously it's an SUV. I do think it looks very cool, so I will do a standalone video on it, but the point is they've called it a Manta, using, you know, these iconic car names that us car enthusiasts know and love to, you know, destroy our love of the car by presenting us with electrical SUVs. So don't believe the hype, don't believe what's being said about the electric vehicle movement. Yes, electric cars are selling, but the electric cars are only selling because they're refusing to sell petrol or diesel unless, I mean, we're basically at the point of you know, something being held to your head and forced to buy an EV. That's where we're at now. But the evangelists will always say, oh, isn't it good, look how well they're selling. It's absolutely not true. Look at the discounts that are available. You can buy a £30,000 SUV for 16 grand with no miles off of the showroom. That doesn't count. The way the electric vehicle mandate is working is they are heavily reducing the EVs, in some cases as much as half price, and then refusing to sell the vehicles that they actually make a profit on. So, although they're avoiding the fines for selling petrol and diesel cars, they are destroying themselves financially by selling the EVs. So that's a sort of round the houses update on.
Daddy,
yeah.
are you going to film the gay you are when it's out?
You can't call it that. You can't. It's rude to call it that, and it doesn't make you, it doesn't turn you when you look at it. Apparently, the new Jaguar concept car is at Gaydon. I think that's where you're getting confused. It's called Gaydon. There's nothing to do with the style of the car. That might be it. So we're hopefully going to go and have a look at the new Jaguar concept. Jaguar with a capital G at Gaydon, if it is indeed still there. So I'll let you know if we end up doing that over the next few days. Little one's quite excited to go see it, aren't you, mate? We're curious to see. We're curious, not bi-curious, but we're curious to see what the new Jaguar looks like. What did you think now that you've seen the car? Was it everything that you hoped it would be, or is it going to be another flop? And does it even matter, because the launch date of the car is actually more than a year away, and it's probably not going to look like that anyway, and they haven't even told us what drivetrain is going to be in it. So, that's a long one. That's what I've been up to. I have got a new phone that Richard from Challenger Road has kindly sent to me that I haven't yet had a chance to take out of the box. I've got some new shock absorbers for this car that I haven't yet had a chance to take out of the box, and I've got lots of cool videos on the way, including a test of a jump starter that a company has sent me, and a portable vacuum, which is dead exciting actually, because as you know, I don't really do paid product reviews, but if I do a paid product review, then A, it's a product that I actually want, and B, it's going to be honest, and C, it's going to be a product that I think you might actually want as well. I did get an email this morning from a company saying, would you like to review our latest, and what was it? It was like a big double din screen Android thing that allows you to put Amazon Prime, YouTube and Netflix on your car. And I emailed them back and said, have you got anything simple, like a single DIN Sony head unit with a USB in? Because that's what I've got. And thinking about it now, that's what I've got plugged in right now. I wonder if that means the audio of this video is going to be completely unusable. But I guess we'll find out. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, simply leave a comment saying, Geoff, I'm really looking forward to your walk around a scrapyard, because it is going to be good. And I have got carried away and found myself MOT history checking a lot of the cars that have got number plates that I could find, and there is footage of me basically climbing up a Volvo climbing frame, so you'll enjoy that one. It is a good watch. It's about 45 minutes long, but it's high quality YouTube footage, so my apologies for the lack of videos. We've been enjoying some family time, and I feel like I've covered everything, and I could highly recommend having a water fight in your house at Christmas time. That's good fun. And Nerf fights as well. We've also been having quite a lot of Nerf fights, but Mrs. Geoff gets carried away and she shoots at close range, especially like on bare skin. Not really fair. So thank you very much, everybody. See you soon for some proper videos. I'll try and do a YouTube live at the end of the week as well to catch up with everybody, maybe on Friday afternoon. See you tonight at the illuminated tractor run down in Ledbury, where I will hopefully be with an illuminated Volvo. The Illuminati are not welcome. Cheers, see you in a bit.